Here, welcome back to the Rumour Mill. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. We're back here with another rumour today, and it's a solid rumour reported by Fabrizio Romano. Leeds United are allegedly in for Weston Mckennie. Presumably, this is because there has been a downturn in conversations with Azzedine Ounahi. Absolutely no surprises there. Sort of called it about 10 days ago. I think the ability of Azzedine Ounahi is maybe something that Leeds, in our current predicament, our current position, probably couldn't get over the line with the likes of Napoli ready to pounce in the summer. They probably had conversations with Ounahi and said, look, if you wait on, you're going to be challenging for Serie A next season, you're going to have Champions League football and potentially a medal in your back pocket next year as well. So I think that was always going to be difficult for Leeds to get over the line. Juventus are in massive trouble at the minute. Minus 15 points looks to have been taken off the Serie A giants, the old lady. So it looks like they're going to have to start selling assets very, very quickly. Obviously, they've got a few financial problems that go along with the minus 15, obviously. So now what's happened there has been almost Juventus, which we've seen there before, obviously with the problems that they've been through previously, are selling advertisement, an advertising board outside the stadium saying, look, you can grab him for 15, you can grab him for 20, and it looks like one of the players on that list is going to be Weston Mckennie. Obviously, we saw a lot of Weston Mckennie for the US Nationals men's team. I'm sure there's a lot of US men's national team fans in here, and if I utter a bad word about Weston Mckennie, I'll probably get shot down and get told I've got an agenda, so I've got to be careful there. But that's not how we roll on this channel. I just give my opinions as I do. So yeah, there's absolutely no doubt in when you're looking at that US team. I thought in the World Cup that Musa was the standout alongside Tyler Adams. I thought that three in the midfield worked quite nicely together, but definitely for me, Weston Mckennie was probably the bottom of that pecking order. I thought Tyler Adams and Musa were fantastic. Musa only 19 years of age, of course, but there's a natural balance there when it comes to putting Mckennie in there. Mckennie's almost a shadow striker. He's very, very good at getting into the box, scores lots of goals, and when you're looking at a midfield three, which I don't fully think Leeds have explored yet and got it right, he would be the tip of that. There's no way you could have Weston Mckennie in a defensive double pivot alongside Tyler Adams. It just wouldn't work. The balance of the midfield would all be off. So yeah, you would have to have him in an attacking sort of 10 advanced 8 shadow striker role, and that's where the beauty of Weston Mckennie is he gets into the box and scores goals. So that's the advantage of him, of course. Now, in a Jesse Marsch system, it's going to be very different to what he was playing in a Juventus style. Obviously, the Juventus style is a little bit slower. It's going to be a lot slower in Serie A. As we know, the transition from the Premier League to Serie A is very different, and I think it's been a little bit stagnant for him at Juve, that style of play, which is notoriously a little bit slower under Allegri. So yeah, I think coming into a more central system, which is obviously going to be different to Allegri, might be a bit of a change for Weston Mckennie. We know that he's played with Tyler Adams and Brendan Harrison on the national circuit before. Can he, and I'm talking here general and long term, I don't think Jesse Marsch is going to be here in a year's time. That's my personal point of view. I think he'll be lucky to see out the remainder of the season, to be honest. But if he does, they're giving him all the presents under the tree, aren't they? They really are. If they go out and get Weston Mckennie, you look at the recruitment from the RB network and American players who Jesse has got links to coming into this Leeds United setup, and it is mass. It is en masse. He has been fully backed. So I don't want to hear any of this nonsense about he's not been backed. It's the players aren't good enough. If we go and get Weston Mckennie, it has been an unbelievable couple of windows for Jesse Marsch, an unbelievable couple of windows. So when you're looking at Weston, he's definitely an upgrade. Of course he is. He's definitely, in my opinion, probably an upgrade on someone like Matthias Klick. However, there are some deficiencies in his game which maybe won't suit a Leeds United system. He's been touted out to Arsenal, he's been touted out to Aston Villa apparently, and we're just going to delve into that a little bit now. As you can see here, I found a graphic on Azzedine Ounahi, and the red illustrates Ounahi, the purple illustrates Weston Mckennie, so obviously we were after Azzedine Ounahi. It looks like that's not going to happen now. And I think it's just key to look at some of the progressiveness of Ounahi in comparison to Weston Mckennie. Now, Weston Mckennie's successful dribbles and progressive carries are not as effective as Ounahi's. Obviously, Ounahi's pressures are a little bit better. altogether, I think, you know, those progressive passes and getting through those central spaces is going to be key for Leeds United, and that's something that maybe McKennie will need to develop in his game. We can also see on a little bit more of a simpler graph here his passes attempted, his pass completion, his progressive passes, his dribbles completed. Obviously, his progressive passes there have been very impressive. So he's a very forward-thinking midfielder, as we know. We just spoke about that at the start when he's, you know, going in and grabbing goals and stuff like that. You can see his non-penalty goals at the top there, very impressive, and his non-penalty XG as well. I guess the passing is a little bit of a worry for me. I think I looked on, I think as you can see there, his pass completion is 79%. I think Brendan Aronson, who's really suffering in this lead setup at the minute, had a look about 10 minutes ago, and his pass completion rate is about 77. Obviously only completing 13 passes at the weekend. It's not very good, and you know, you're looking at Brendan Aronson, he needs a little bit of a rest, and I think, you know, within this setup he's really struggling to get Leeds up the pitch. And will Weston Mckennie face something similar? I don't know, but listen, it's definitely an upgrade, of course it is, and I'm just a little bit more I'm a little bit more thoughtful of the price tag. Leeds should not get done in for this guy. I don't think he's a 25, 30 million pound player at all. I think it's got to be a 15 to 20 million valuation, and we can't, if we are going in for him, let Juve sort of spin us a little bit here. I know we all say we're not worried about money, but, you know, we do care for our club and our finances, of course. You know, we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. 49ers might be there, but yeah, that's just giving you a little bit of an indication of what he is. Obviously, he's a midfielder, 24 years of age, been playing at Juventus. Looks like he's got a lot of admirers at Juventus as well, so I don't think this would be a bad signing at all. It'd definitely be an improvement. It's okay, but I just don't think it's on Azzedine Unahi's level, and I think you've seen that across the board when you've had people who are in analytics talking about the transfer today. You've had people who are in data talking about the transfer today and saying, you know, the Unahi signing would fit Leeds a lot better. I'm not saying it's a bad signing, Weston Mckennie. As I've said, need to reiterate, it is an improvement because people take their own narratives from these videos. I'm just not 100% sure it's going to be the perfect signing that we need right now. However, I would be excited for McKennie to come in. I'd be excited for him to really show what he's all about. And if Leeds are playing a 4-3-3 and we can have him at sort of the tip of the 4-3-3, that'd be very exciting as well. I just don't think in a 4-2-3-1 it would really work with him, especially with, you know, the options that we now have in that central attacking midfield space. I mean, where would he go? He cannot play in a double pivot. He cannot. So yeah, it's interesting that Leeds are going for that sort of profile. As I say, definitely more of a shadow striker. I think he's probably less technical than Unahi. I think Unahi is a much more complete footballer. However, McKennie wouldn't be a bad upgrade as well on what we have at this moment in time. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm sure you will. And guys, have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.